In March 1962, the most senior military leaders in the United States presented a top-secret plan to the Secretary of Defense. It proposed faking terrorist attacks on American cities, sinking refugee boats, and destroying a U.S. ship, all to be blamed on Cuba. This was not foreign sabotage. It was the Pentagon's own Joint Chiefs of Staff. This is the true story of Operation Northwoods. In 1959, Fidel Castro seized power in Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida, and aligned the island with the Soviet Union. In 1961, President Kennedy authorized a covert CIA invasion to remove him. It became known as the Bay of Pigs. It failed catastrophically, and in its aftermath, America's military leadership began searching for a new way to remove Castro for good. On March 13, 1962, the Joint Chiefs of Staff submitted a document called Justification for U.S. Military Intervention in Cuba. Inside were proposals to stage fake attacks at Guantanamo Bay, fake the shoot-down of a U.S. aircraft, sink boats of Cuban refugees, and even stage terrorist attacks inside American cities, all to be blamed on Cuba, manufacturing the justification for war. This wasn't drafted by some rogue outsider. General Lyman Lemnitzer, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranking military officer in the country, stood behind it. It moved through official channels, official meetings, and the official chain of command. To the men who wrote it, deception wasn't a moral failure. It was simply a tool to justify the war they believed America needed to fight. Days later, the plan reached President Kennedy directly. According to declassified records, Kennedy bluntly rejected it, reminding his own Joint Chiefs that the military might be needed elsewhere far more urgently than Cuba. None of the Northwoods proposals were ever carried out. Kennedy later removed General Lemnitzer from his position as chairman of the Joint Chiefs entirely. After Kennedy's rejection, the document vanished into classified archives for 35 years. The public only learned the truth in 1997 when a federal review board investigating the JFK assassination declassified over 1,500 pages of military records. And Operation Northwoods was buried inside them. It took several more years, in a 2001 book, before the world understood exactly what it had found. Operation Northwoods was never carried out. Kennedy's rejection alone stands between this story and a very different chapter of American history. But the document's existence remains undeniable, declassified, and real. Proof that the idea was once seriously considered at the highest levels of the military. The real question it leaves behind is simple. What else, considered in rooms just like that one, is still waiting for its 35 years to pass? If you want more declassified secrets the history book's almost buried, subscribe, because the truth is always stranger than fiction.